So this is just a short video about pi. Get a piece of string and make the piece of string into a perfect circle. So for instance here, let's say you get a 14 centimeter piece of string. You make it into a perfect circle and measure it across. You should find that the diameter across through the middle is about 4.46, and when you divide that diameter into the circumference, you'll get this number that's about 3.14, which is about pi. Let's say you get a 10 centimeter piece of string and you make the 10 centimeter piece of string into a perfect circle, and then when you measure across, you'll find this is about 3.18. Again, if you divide the circumference by the diameter, you get about 3.14 again. So this is a kind of magic ratio which occurs in all circles. If you divide the circumference by the diameter, every time, if it is a perfect circle, you get this ratio 3.14, which we're going to call pi. And you can use pi the other way around to calculate, for instance, the distance around the circle. So if you don't know the circumference, but you know the radius or the diameter, you can multiply the circumference by the radius twice to get the circumference. You can multiply the diameter by pi. That's the same thing as 2r. The diameter is twice the radius. So pi d can equal circumference. In fact, you can even find the area of a circle. All you need is the radius, that distance from the middle of the circle to the edge, and you can use the area is pi times r, or pi times r squared. In fact, you can even find how much air there is in a basketball, for instance, because you could use pi to say volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. There's that magic ratio again, pi. So if you know the radius of a basketball, how far it is from the middle of the basketball to the edge, and you can do that just by looking over the top of the basketball and measuring how far it is from the middle to the edge, that's the radius. Just multiply it by 4/3 pi r cubed. You'll have the volume of the basketball, how much air is in there. If you wanted to figure out how much plastic or how much leather it took to make the basketball, again, you use a formula involving pi. It's basically 4 circles, and 4 circles worth of material, or 4 pi r squared, is the surface area of a basketball. And if you were to take that basketball and take it apart, it's basically made of 4 circles that have the same radius as the basketball. And you can just do 4 times pi times r squared. So there you have it, the uses of pi. The magic ratio that you can find when you divide the circumference of a circle by its diameter.